English class. Earlier, let's start our today's class. So, class 7 English version, English second paper, and today's topic is voice. And this is Zakaria Alam, lecturer in English, Dhaka Residential Model College. In the previous class, we talked about assertive sentence, okay? The voice of assertive sentence. So, today, we will talk about voice, about interrogative sentence, okay? So our learning outcomes of today's class, after doing this class, you will be able to identify interrogative and imperative sentence, identify their categories, identify the structure of sentences into passive, here you see, some students are disturbing elements, still now they are entering the class. Do you follow your teachers? And who loves you most in the earth? What do you see here? What types of sentence do you find in this in two sentences?
Interrogative sentence.
Interrogative sentence. And another thing is, you see, so the first one starts with auxiliary verb, and the second one starts with WH word. Okay. So there are two types of interrogative sentence. So first one, auxiliary verbs. It starts with auxiliary verb, and another one is WH word. So we can divide interrogative sentence into two categories. So first one is yes no question, do you respect your mother? Another is WH questions, what do you want? So we find two types of interrogative sentence. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So once again, in the last class, I showed you about auxiliary verb of passive voice. So once again, you see it. So we can use auxiliary verb in present tense, am, is, are. Past tense, in past tense, past indefinite, we use was or were. For future indefinite, we use shall be or will be. And in continuous tense, I am being or is being or are being. For past continuous, was being or were being. Future continuous, shall be being or will be being. So this way, present perfect, present past perfect, and future perfect. We can also these auxiliary verbs. And for modal verbs, you know, there are some modal verbs: can, could, shall, should, will, would, may, might, must. So after modal verb, we have to take be. Okay. So, and you know, there is no passive form verbs in the past perfect perfect continuous tense. Any kind of past perfect continuous tense, there is no passive form of the verb.
Sir, I have a question.
Okay, go on.
Sir, what if there is have after the modal verbs?
Modal verbs, not have. Okay, have to is a modal verb. Have to, has to. Not only has or have. Okay.
No, sir, I mean
Have
could
and
have or
has and
might have.
had are the principal primary auxiliary, not modal auxiliary. But when it takes to and used as modal verb, then we can call it modal. Okay.
Sir, one of our friend can join the class, sir. It says you banned him, sir.
Probably he has no name. Okay. Or some figurative name.
Sir, his name was Fidel8707.
No. Let's see. The objective form of the pronouns to remember. Here you see some subjective form and objective form. We have to use the subjective form for objective um, case, and for objective case we have to use subjective form. Okay, so vice versa. When we find subjective form in active voice, we have to make it passive, objective form in passive voice. And when we find objective form in active voice, we have to make subjective form in passive voice. So have you done it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Passive voice of interrogative sentence. So let's see the rules. When interrogative sentence begins with auxiliary verb or starts with auxiliary verb, or yes no interrogative when we find, so then first we have to take auxiliary verb according to tense, number and person. Okay, then object becomes subjects, then second part of auxiliary verb if it if we find, or if it is if the verb auxiliary verb has second part, we have to take second part. Then the verb parts, past participle form of principal verb or main verb. Then if you find extension, then we have to put extension, then preposition, and at the end subject becomes objective form, and we have to put question mark at the end of the sentence.
Sir.
Is it clear?
Sir,
So,
I have a question.
okay, go on.
Sir, what if there is no object at the end of a sentence?
Without object there is no voice. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Without object or without transitive verb there is no voice sense. Only transitive verb has the voice. That means which verb have an object. Okay. Without object we cannot make it interrogate a passive. So let's see some examples. Did you see the man? So here the man is an object. Now solve this sentence. Make it passive.
Sir, was the man seen by you?
Write it down. Okay.
Sir.
Write it down. So have you done it, boys?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now match your answer. Was the man seen by you? First of all, we have to take was as the object becomes subject, and so the man is subject. So we are taking was
sir.
because of this sentence is in the past indefinite tense. Then the object becomes subject. Then the principal verb becomes past participle form, in past participle form, then preposition, then the subject becomes object, and at the end we are putting question mark. Next, do you know the man? Now do it. Have you done it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now match your answer. Is the man known to you? Here you see, after known we are using to, because always know verb takes to. That's why we are using to instead of by. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir, it is clear.
Okay.
Yes, sir. It is clear, sir.
Okay. Another example. Now do it. Has he done the work? So do it first. Have you done it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So let's see the answer. Has the work been done by him? Next, will Raju buy a shirt today? Now do it quickly. Will Raju buy a shirt today? So have you done it, boys?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes.
Now match your answer. Will a shirt be bought today by Raju? So I think this rule is clear to you.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now I am going to the next slide.
No, sir. No, sir. No, sir. Sir, sir.
Do you want to take a screenshot?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now take a screenshot quickly. Done?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now let's see passive voice. When interrogative sentence begins with how, when, where, and why, because these are adverbs. Okay, how, when, where, why, these are adverbs. So when you find these four WH words, then we have to take first how, when, where, or why. Okay, then auxiliary verb according to tense, number, and person. Then object becomes subjective form. Then second part of auxiliary verb, and if you get then past participle, verb 3 or verb 3 for verb 3 of principal verb or auxiliary main verb, then extension if it is, then preposition, generally by, and last subject becomes object, and at the end we have to put question mark. So write it down quickly, boys. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Have you done it?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay. So now go to the next slide.
Okay, sir.
Example, how did he do it? So do it now. Okay. Solve this question. Very simple and easy. You have to keep the WH word in the same position, and rest of the sentence thing that you have already done.
Yes,
What?
sir. Done it.
Okay. The rules of
Yes, sir. Okay.
auxiliary verb. Okay. You have to use auxiliary verb. Rules of auxiliary verb. When the interrogative sentence starts with auxiliary verb or yes, no, use the same rule.
Sir.
Yes.
Sir, done.
Okay. How was it done by him? Next, where has he done it?
Sir, done.
Where's Rashid?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay. Tell me the answer. Where has he done it?
Sir, where was it done by him?
Where
Sir, where was it done by him?
was? Why you are using was?
Sir, may I tell?
Yes.
Where has it
Sorry,
been
sir.
done
I
by him?
missed it.
Yes. Where has it been
Been
done
done
by?
by
Yes.
him.
Where has it been done by him? Because this sentence is in the present perfect tense, so you have to use has or have. Okay, for it
Yes,
we
sir.
are using has, not was. Was is used in the past tense, past indefinite tense. So keep it in mind.
Okay, sir.
Huh?
Yes,
Okay, be careful.
Yes, sir. I'll be careful.
Okay. Next, why will he buy 10 pens?
Sir, done.
Done. Someone has written his figurative name PHP Eco. Who is that person?
Sir, unknown.
আর ওটা জিহান মাঝে ওর নাম লেখা আছে
I told you not to use figurative name or any other symbol. Okay. Or
Sir, there is also
others
another
photo.
name called student
Who is a
8869.
student?
Sir, unknown.
Write your name. Otherwise, I will throw out of this classroom.
Sir, আরেকটা আছে
Sorry,
স্যার
sir.
প্রিন্ট অরিক আরিফিন
Okay, write your name and your
শুনলেই তো
ID.
বুঝতে পারবে।
And those who have no ID number, now write down your ID also, okay, with your name. So let's see the
Sir,
passive
there is
voice.
also another
Okay, keep silent.
one, sir, she is Hadid.
Why will 10 pence be bought by him? Why will 10 pence be bought by him? So have you done it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now let's see the another rule. When interrogative sentence begins with what, which, whom as object. Okay. When what, which, whom are used as objects in interrogative sentence, then we have to take first what, which, or whom. Then auxiliary verbs according to there is a little sense. So for what we have to use what, for which we have to which also, but for whom we can use or we have to use who.
Who?
Then auxiliary verb according to tense, number, person, then past participle form of principal verb, then extension if you get, then preposition generally by, then subject becomes objective form. So this rule is applicable for what, which, and whom when you will get these three WH words as object. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now so write it down quickly, boys. Time is very limited. We have to finish some more rules. So have you done it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So let's go to the next slide. So here you see examples. What do you want? What do you want? So solve it now. Because here you see what is used here as an object, and you know WH word never uh, is never used at the end of the sentence. Always WH word takes place at the beginning of a sentence.
Sir, done.
Sir, done.
Okay, so what is wanted by you? So first we are using what, then the auxiliary verb according to the tense, number, person. So what is we are using taking what is a singular number. So we are taking is, then the principal verb, the past participle form of principal verb, then preposition, then the objective form of subject, and at the end we are putting a question mark. Next, which book do you read?
Sir, done.
Done. What you have
Yes,
written?
yes.
Sir,
Fayaz
which book
Rashid.
is read by you?
Which book
Is read by you.
is read by you?
You.
Okay. So which book is
Okay,
read
sir.
by you?
You, sir.
So now let's see another example, another rule. So when interrogative sentence begins with who, what, which as subject, okay. When we find these three WH words as subject, then what will you do? For who, we have to take by whom, or for what, by what, for which, by which. So then auxiliary verb according to tense, number, person, on, then object becomes subjective form, then second part of auxiliary verb, then past participle, or V3 of past principal verb, then extension. Okay, and at the end you have to put question mark. So when you find subject as
Sir,
subject,
sir, I have a
yes,
question.
go on.
Sir, if there is who, will
Yes,
it be changed into whom?
who? Yes,
Yes, sir.
when who is used as subject, okay, it turns into whom. That's why we have written here by whom. Whom is an objective form. Okay,
Yes, sir.
the objective form of who is whom.
Okay, sir.
Okay,
Sir, done.
okay. Now let's see some examples. Here you see who has broken the glass. So now do it. Who has broken the glass?
My home has a glass been broken.
So let's see by whom has the glass been broken. So for who we are using by whom, and you know WH word never takes place at the end of a sentence. Okay, always WH word is used at the beginning of a sentence.
Okay, sir.
So next, what caused the accident? What caused the accident?
By what was the accident caused?
Okay, by what was the accident caused?
Cost.
Okay,
Sir, can
have
we
you
say
finished it?
by what the accident was caused?
No, no, because by what is here an object. Okay, and accident,
Yes, sir.
here accident is a subject, but in active voice what is subject and accident is an object. So let's see some examples. Now do it, boys. Will he not show me the picture? Here you see, you will find two objects here. First one is me, personal object, and another one is the picture. Okay, indirect object, a direct object. Have you done it?
Sir, can you show me the previous slide? I need to take a screenshot.
Okay, after doing finishing this slide, okay. Which temp warning text? I'm putting him in waiting room. Okay, done it. Ryan White Jordar.
Yes, sir.
Raihan Wahid Jordar. Have you finished your
Yes,
writing?
sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, what is your answer? Tell me.
Will
Tell me the answer.
the picture not be shown?
Picture?
Will the picture not be shown?
Once
Will
again.
the picture not be? Sir, will the picture not be shown by him to me?
Oh, let's see. Will the picture not be shown to me by him?
Sir, wait.
Or we may write, shall I not be shown the picture by him? In both way we can write, because there are two objects in this sentence. So let's see another. Will they not be reading the book? So do it quickly, boys.
Sir, done.
Okay. So will the books not be being read by them? Because this sentence is in the future continuous tense. That's why we are taking will be being, then the past participle of principal verb. So,
Question.
okay, go on.
Sir, in the question number 2, the answer is it be and being is
I cannot get you. Probably you have your network is in trouble. Okay.
my problem, sir.
Sir, he is
Okay.
saying that why be and being both are used together.
Because in continuous tense
Thanks.
we have to take being, and you know for future continuous tense the auxiliary verb will be or shall be. Okay, and then we are
Thank you,
taking
sir.
being. Okay, this is the rule of passive voice. We have to take be verb, but in future tense there is no be verb in auxiliary form. Okay, so that's why we have to take be after will or shall.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Okay, then the being, then the past participle form of the principal verb. Okay, do it fast. Is the book published by them? You have to make it active voice, okay? Because this sentence is in the passive form.
Sir, done.
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 Okay,
Yes, sir.
so let's see the answer. Do they publish the book? Do they publish the book? Another
The
one.
book.
Are they beaten by the police? This sentence is
Sir,
also in the passive.
Sir, why was not did they publish the book?
Because is in the present tense. Here you see, if there is was, at the beginning of the sentence, then you can use did. But is indicates present indefinite tense, so we have to use do or does, and they, for they we are using do. Is it clear?
Okay,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, read first now. Are they beaten by the police?
Sir, done.
Okay, so do the police beat them? Another one is he being helped by you?
You help him.
Do it quickly, boys.
Done.
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 Sir,
Okay,
will you go to the
are you
previous slide?
helping him? Are you helping him? So have you done it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now let's see the homework. This sentence are for your homework. So you will practice at your home this the interrogative sentence. Okay. Have you done it? Take
Yes,
a
sir.
screenshot.
Sir.
Take a
Yes,
screenshot.
sir.
Okay. So that's all for today. Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much for participating in this class today. So be good,
Thank you, sir.
be safe, and stay home, stay safe. Okay. Allah Hafiz.
Sir.
Assalamu alaikum, sir.
Walaikum